Does that ever get boring? The answer to that question is no, never. Welcome to the final part of the Buzzsaw is the Law. Before I get on with this episode, and I have got 11 to show you today, one more than normal, I just want to thank each and every one of you glorious people for taking the time to watch this series, to support this series. When I first spoke about this to a few of my friends and people in the VC, I had no idea that it was going to last for 21 parts. 211 bands I will have shown you by the end of this video. So I suppose it goes to show that my HM2 soaked death metal obsession really is an obsession. Thank you to everybody, like I say, for watching. Thank you for all the recommendations, just the comments. It's been brilliant, and I hope you've really enjoyed it. Some of you may be thinking, thank fuck for that. 21, way too much, but I hope the majority of the people who've watched this have really enjoyed it. So, let's get on with these last 11, shall we? The first, I'm going to turn that up a little bit. I couldn't hear myself. The first band I'm going to show you, this is a band from France. They were formed, I believe, in 2013. They've only got one full-length release, but this is their demo from 2014. And it is the band Atavisma, if that's how you say it. Atavisma. This demo, Where Wolves Once Dwelled. I have got their split with Void Rot that was put out on Everlasting Spew a few years ago. And they've kind of lost that HM2 soak style, but this demo is thick and heavy and meaty with that HM2 sound. Quite doomy, quite dissonant and atmospheric, but still, like I say, really soaked in that HM2 pedal sound. Atavisma. Atavisma. You tell me. They don't make it easy for us, do they? Next, the bit of vinyl for you. This is a band that I am fairly new to, really. But this is a band from Denmark. They were formed in 2015. They have got 3 full-length releases. This is their 3rd release, put out on Metal Blade Records in 2013. And it's the band Lifesick. This release, loved by none, hated by all. As you can see from the hype sticker, metallic, death metallic hardcore from Denmark. And I've spoke about it before in this series, that when you've got a band playing that real crusty hardcore sound, once they're plugged into that HM2 pedal, it just works so well. And this band do. You know me, I'm not a big fan of hardcore, but when it's a hardcore band plugged in to that pedal, I'm all ears. They could be playing any style, they could be playing death doom, whatever. If it's got that chainsaw sound, I am all ears. Lifesick from Denmark, please check them out. Next, we have got a band from Germany. I believe they were formed in 2013, but I'm not entirely sure. This is their only full length, put out in 2014 on Rising Nemesis Records, and it is the band Acrid Death. This release, Abominable Presence of Blight, brilliant. If you don't know this band, please check them out. I was gifted this from the legend that is Jim Davies. I didn't know about this band until he sent it me. What a record this is. Absolutely superb. Top tier HM2 sounding old school Swedish death metal. Just brilliant. Please do go and check them out. Acrid Death from Germany. Next we have got a band from Rome in Italy. This is a band formed in 2009. 2 full-length releases out. This is their second full-length from 2021, put out on Pulverized Records. And it is the band Hellslave. This release from the Sulphur Depths. Now, again, I have got, a bit like I was talking about the first band, I've got their first album, and that's not really a HM2 sounding album, whereas this is. It's not drenched in that overdriven sound, but you can hear it, it's there. Well, this band play more of a brutal brand of death metal. They're a bit more blasty, very aggressive, very visceral, but superb album this. I mean, even the logo and artwork draws you right in there, doesn't it? So please check this album out if you like your HM2 soaked death metal. Hellslave from Italy. Another CD to show you. This is a band from Colombia. Formed in 2015. They have got 1 full-length release out, which I do not own. This is a split that was put out in 2019 with a band called Panico El Miedo. And this is the band Sol de Sangre. Look at that artwork. How fucking cool is that? Left hand path. Bit of Unleashed down here where no life dwells. You've got the Death Leprosy Man. And a bit of Pestilence, the Sphere from Pestilence. So this is a split put out on War Anthem Records. Sol de Sangre do 2 songs. The other band do 2 songs. And that's what they're covering. They're covering Entombed, they're covering Death, they're covering Pestilence, and they're covering Unleashed. But the Sol de Sangre sound is just fantastic. I don't know what their full length is like. I would like to try and pick up a copy of that. But I don't know if it's as overdriven or they were doing that for this split. Because of the songs that they were doing, obviously Entombed and Unleashed. But yeah, just as thick and as dirty sounding guitar tone as you can imagine. Please go and check that out if you can. Really good. I'm not a huge fan of cover versions, but I think sometimes when bands are doing it and it's almost like a tribute to these bands, well, it says on there, a tribute in Spanish to the old school death metal, and that's exactly what it is. Sol de Sangre from Colombia, check them out. In fact, I need to check out their full length, don't I, really? So the next band we have got is from Finland. Finland, death metal. You're interested straight away, aren't you? This is a band formed in 2023. They have got 2 EPs out. This is one of them, put out on the brilliant Brutal Cave Productions. And it's the band Whisper. Xenogenesis. Fabulous release. Finnish death metal. Very, very interesting. Not your meat and potatoes death metal at all. Guitar tone on this sounds great. You can hear that HM2 sound, but because of the style of death metal they play, it sounds a little bit different. It sounds it's not what your ear first picks up, really. You listen to it and you think, Oh yeah, there's that tone, I can hear it. So please go and check them out. Whisper. Xenogenesis on Brutal Cave Productions. Finnish death metal. Okay, another bit of vinyl to show you, and another record that I was kindly gifted. Dave over at Metal Overkill recently sent me this, and I made up because I didn't know about this band at all. I know about one of the musicians, but I didn't know about this band. This is a band from Sweden, featuring the mighty Roger Johansson. They were formed in 2019. 2 full-length releases out. This is their 2020 release, and it is the band Reek. This release, Death is Something There Between. Put out on Testimony Records. No idea why this band slipped by my radar, but if you know Roger and that death metal that he creates, you know what you're going to get, don't you? It's exactly what you're going to get with Reek. Brilliant, fabulous release. Reek, like I say, from Sweden, featuring the mighty Roger Johansson. Right, one more CD to show you, and then it's onto the cassettes. This is a band from the Netherlands. They were formed in 2013, I think. Sadly split up in 2017, I do believe. Recorded 1 EP, which is this, released in 2015. And this band features Rye on vocals, the owner from Raw Skull Records. And it is the band Departed Souls. This released Barbaric Tortures. Little slimline CD case there. But yeah, superb, old school sounding death metal with that HM2 tone in there. Just a brilliant release, and Rye showing that he's a man of many talents. Departed Souls, please check them out. Right, have a little swig of me drink before we crack on. This is a band from Canada. I believe they were formed in 2021. 2 full-length releases out, which I own neither. This is their EP from 2024, put out on Iron Fortress Records, and it's the band Last Wretch. Ergotism. Let's get it out of the case. Excuse me. Yeah, modern sounding death metal. Not afraid to blast in there, but with their feet firmly stamped in the old school sounding Swedish death metal. I do need to pick up their latest full length, actually. I keep seeing it, but I just haven't got round to it. You can't pick them all up, can you? But please check Last Wretch out. Superb. On the Iron Fortress Records label. What a great label they are, right? Aren't they? Okay, this is the 10th and penultimate one I'm going to show you in this series. This is a band from LA in the US, and I only became aware of these very, very recently. I purchased this cassette from Cat, from Uncoffined and Throne Hammer, also Morse back in the day. This is a band that features one of the members from Morgan, I do believe. They were formed in 2021. This is the only thing that they have recorded, as far as I am aware, and it is the band Ceremonial Decay. This released The Crescent and the Cross. And I was absolutely made up when Kat told me she was getting rid of this. And I was... It's one of those bands, like, it's been around since 2021. Why have I never heard of them? Why have I never heard of them? Anyway, when I found out this was for sale, I checked it out. And I was like, oh, the tone on this is just superb. This is, I suppose, death metal, death doom metal. A brilliant, brilliant release. And another one, you know, that just flies under the radar and you've got no idea why. What was this put out on? Transylvanian, is it Transylvanian Recordings? That's what it says. Yes. Professional as always. But yeah, just a brilliant release. And I think what I was trying to say earlier was, I was just made up, you know, when you hear it, I thought, oh, where has that been? You know, I was just straight away, yeah, I'll take that, thank you, Kat. Add that to collection. But yeah, brilliant band. Ceremonial Decay, the Crescent and the Cross. And last, but certainly not least, and a band that features a good friend of mine, David, plays in Grave Ghoul currently. This is his new band. You might know him from Coffin Mulch, early Coffin Mulch, Gouger, Wretch, so many different bands. But this is his new band from Glasgow, Abysmal Decay. 2024 release, 2025 release. They were formed in 2024. This is all they have got out right now, but I do believe they are recording some new material. And I wanted to leave it till last. I did tell David that I would feature them in this series. And with him being a friend of mine, I thought it was quite fitting that we'll end on a personal note. If you don't know Abysmal Decay, please go and check them out. This demo's sold out now, but there's been a reissue put out on Rotter Records, I do believe, with alternate artwork. And I'll be honest with you, I'd like to pick up a copy of that with the alternate artwork, because I am collector scum at the end of the day. Just 2 tracks of doomy, filthy, dirty and horrible death metal, as old school as it gets. Please do go and check them out. Abysmal Decay. That's it for the last time. And playing in the background, where it all started for me, Left Hand Path, Entombed. This is where my obsession with the HM2 pedal sound began, and this is probably and will remain my favourite ever Swedish chainsaw sounding death metal album, if not one of my favourite albums ever of all time. So it seemed right to have it playing in the background. That's it. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I cannot thank you enough for all the support and sticking with me throughout this channel, throughout this series on my channel. I have already started a bit of a different series that I'm hoping I can run. I've got a couple of episodes already uploaded to my channel, where I pick 2 fabulous classic albums by one band and kind of compare the 2. See which one's your favourite, see which one's my favourite. I thought it was something that was quite interesting. I've been thinking about doing that for a while, and now this series has come to an end. I'll focus on that, you know, as well as my usual vinyl and tape and CD updates. But yeah, as always, and like I said in the beginning, thank you so much for all of the support you give me. Thank you for all of my subscribers. Thank you for all the love and support. But before I get too mushy, I'll go. In fact, I'll leave you with a bit of Entombed Day. I'll let them have the final word.